Hello. So I thought I'd give you a talk through the Knowledge Organiser, as it's a lot easier when you can hear the words pronounced, and especially with key terminology when someone reads it out to you. So the first word is ecstatic. Ecstatic. It means very, very excited. So, for instance, the football team were ecstatic when they won the cup. Excited, excited. Notice that the C and the I together is making the S for the excited. Really common misconception is that people try to put an S in there, but it's excited. Apprehensive, apprehensive. That means you're not too sure. The boy was apprehensive about going into the haunted house. Terrified, terrified. Uncomfortable, uncomfortable. If you try and sound it out, it's an easier way to remember how to spell it. So, uncomfortable, uncomfortable. Disappointed, disappointed. This is a really awful one. I'm always getting this wrong because I forget to put two N's in it. Beginning, beginning. Always have trouble pronouncing this one. Similarly, similarly, similarly. So something is similar to something else. Let's move down. Equally, equally. Likewise, likewise. Can you hear it's a soft S? Likewise. Not likewise with a Z. It's with the S. Conversely. Conversely means the opposite. So, for instance, it's raining hard today. Conversely, yesterday it was very sunny. Alternatively, alternatively, alternatively. Subsequently, subsequently. Subsequently is and in addition to that, something that happens as a result of something else. So, for instance, the gardeners cut all the hedges down. Subsequently, there was nowhere for the birds to nest. Okay, so something that happens as a result after something has been done. Especially, especially. Interestingly, interestingly. Notably, notably. So notably and interestingly are very similar words. Notably you would normally use in more formal language, so it's something that you would make note of, or something that is noteworthy, it's worthy of writing it down. So, for instance, interestingly, there was less of a queue at Tesco's today. The results from the examinations were notably higher this year. So it's the difference between something that's just of interest and something that is very interesting and worth making a note about. Faithfully, faithfully. So that has two meanings. You can use it to sign off a letter. If it's dear sir or madam, then you would use yours faithfully. Faithfully also means if you're if a family member has stuck through you through really difficult times, they've been faithfully by your side all the time. So it can mean someone that's had a lot of trust, and someone that, if you faithfully stick to the timetable, you do it continuously and rigidly, and you never give up, basically. Sincerely. Now, the way I remember to spell this is since, rely. Since, rely. Sincerely. You'd use this as a sign off in a letter if it was dear Mr. something or Mrs. something or Dr. something. So if you know their name, their formal name, not dear Bob, Jack, Fred, Mum, Dad, it's a formal name. So Mr., Mrs., Dr., Lord, Lady, it would be yours sincerely. Okay. Anecdote. Anecdote. It's a short story to explain something. So if I was trying to explain to you why you shouldn't rock backwards and forwards on your chair, I might tell you how in a school I used to work in, a boy rocked backwards and forwards on his chair and ended up in hospital because he fell off and hit his head. It's a short story that proves a point. Okay. Anaphora. Anaphora. I'm going to admit I will need to look that up because I haven't come across it before. Anaphora. Okay. Then we've got our ambitious vocabulary. Pungent. 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 It's a really strong, something really strong, so you can have a pungent taste or a pungent smell. Flourish. Flourish. Something that grows or becomes what it should be in a wonderful way. So children in loving homes that live in the countryside, that have everything they need, flourish in society. The plants in my garden that have had plenty of sun and water have flourished. Something that does really well. Luxuriate. 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 At the weekend, I like to luxuriate in my bed by just lying there with the duvet over me and having a long sleep in. It's luxury, enjoying luxury. Harmonious. Now, if you think of the word harmony, when people sing in harmony with each other, it's all together and it works beautifully. Harmonious means things all working together in to get the best outcome. It's when things all work together how they should do. Tangible. Tangible is something that you can touch. So for instance, if I was trying to judge if you were good at sewing and you made a piece of clothing, that would be a tangible result. It would be something I can physically see and prove that you're good at it. Tenable. Tenable. Again, I'm going to have to look that one up for you. Skeptic. Skeptic. Skeptic is when you're not quite sure that you believe something. So, for instance, people that are in doubt whether ghosts exist or not are a bit skeptic. And malicious. 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 It's evil. Something that is done to cause harm. So a comment can be malicious. An article written about someone to be nasty about them can be a malicious article. An act can be malicious. So malicious is something that is evil and nasty and intends to harm someone else. Scathing. Scathing. Scathing is when you make a really nasty comment about someone, when you're really critical about something. And poignant. If you make a poignant comment, or you see something that is poignant on the telly, it's something that makes you think deeper. So for instance, if you saw an advert for Save the Children, and it was the story of a child that was malnourished living in Africa, it would be a poignant tale. It would be something that makes you think deeper about things that are going on. Okay,